day 4 of Nano, and it's about 6:10, and I have a very, very loud purring cat on my lap. So if you hear a kind of rattly noise in the back, you probably hear it now. I'm very sorry. There will also be fireworks going off in the background, and yeah, you know, it's all going on. I worked until 5 o'clock today, so I've actually only been home a little bit under an hour. Somehow I'm still conscious. Shush, cat. I just finished writing, I haven't done 1,667 words again, but I'm still a little bit ahead of where I should be at this point in Nano. I think you should have 6,668 words by this point, I figured out, and I've got 6,941, so I'm a few hundred ahead of the curve. I think that first day where I got about 2,000 something really helped because it gave me a little bit of wiggle room. I would like to be further ahead now, but I'm still having issues with my pacing. I don't know. I'm trying to make and not have everything be so close together, but I can't seem to help myself. I don't know if that's the role player in me, but I was trying to take a lesson from A Song of Ice and Fire, where he doesn't feel the need to fill every moment. He doesn't feel the need to lead you by the hand through every hour, as it were. I mean, I'm not doing that. I'm not telling you everything that's happened. Like, there's a little bit of a gap where I don't say what happened, but you know, I mean, the gap could be bigger. I wrote 1,552 words today, apparently, which is under what I should write, but like I said, I'm ahead of the curve. So yeah, you know, I need to do 1,595 per day to do this. I don't know, I didn't figure out what to do today. I very loosely did yesterday, but I didn't do that today. Didn't really get a chance at work. Normally I get some time to myself, you know, just pull out my little notebook and jot down a few ideas, but I just didn't get a chance today. This morning I was running around a bit like a headless chicken, getting stressed out by my co-workers, and this afternoon I was standing around, not really doing anything, but I couldn't exactly pull out my notebook. Don't know if you heard that, but I just hit my tooth on my cup and that hurt. Ouch. Anyway, I finished off the part I paused in the middle of yesterday. I hate doing that, but I did it because of my head. My head doesn't feel like it's going to explode today. Touch wood. So yeah, I finished that part off, and then I had a bit of a gap. Less than an hour though, annoyingly. And went into a kind of meeting, I suppose. Cole gets summoned to, you know, retell things from his point of view for Gareth and Alswytha, who you might remember if you were here for Origin, are the alphas of the pack. Old wolves, you know. Old and pretty damn strong. Obviously Gareth is the top dog, and he's the one who, you know, handles the proceedings. Tafari is there, and Cole's father, Theodore, he actually shows up now. Emily does join them, but she was with Felipe, you know, checking up on him, because she's one of the ones who's medically minded. She's learned like the arts of healing, I suppose. You know, she takes care of her own. She cares. Emily is very compassionate. She-wolf. Anyway, yeah, so Cole tells everything. I don't have him retell because I hate that kind of thing. I hate retelling something I've already told you. I don't like to repeat myself too much, because I think that can bore a reader very, very quickly, which is actually the problems I'm having with the Sword of Truth books, because Terry Goodkind likes to give you information again, which I don't always think is necessary. You need to have those little moments where you refresh the memory, but you don't need to constantly repeat what's happened or what's going on or what someone's intentions are or how they feel. You shouldn't anyway, because, you know, it's just, if nothing else, it's not, I don't know, it's just not that good. So yeah, I kind of vagued that over, and then I had Gareth declare that he's not happy about this because the pack's reputation is kind of jeopardized here because the rogue was living so close to their territory, and they didn't notice that it could be happening at any other corner of the territory, and maybe they don't know, and enemies, whether it be vampires like in Origin, whether it be hunters, because they would exist in this universe at this time, crude though the weapons might be, or like another pack might, or even just other rogues might think to encroach on their territory further or challenge, because they would see the pack as weak, or at the very least lazy, or just dumb, because they didn't notice what was going on just on their doorstep. So Gareth has commanded Tafari, Theodore, Emily, and Christian, though he isn't in the room, but he will get the orders through the others, to each take a party 6 strong to each corner of the territory, north, south, east, and west. He's told Theodore to take Cole in his party and go south, which was where they were originally, to check out where the fight happened and where the rogue was skulking around. Theodore is basically Gareth's right-hand man. He's the beta male, so he's the second most dominant male in the pack. He's basically out of the two, though I do imagine Theodore and Emily is very, very even. In their own minds they are exactly the same, but in Gareth's mind Theodore is more dominant than Emily. So it would be to Theodore that he would turn more, not because he's old-fashioned, because in werewolves, females have power. They're not, they don't stay at home and have babies and wash the pots. Come on, Emily's a warrior as well as a healer, and Alswytha's powerful in her own right. So yeah, that's going on. I left off with Gareth issuing one last command that they're to leave within the hour and to be back before first light. So he doesn't want them to wait for day. If nothing else, there'll be less humans around at night, so if something does go down, then they haven't got to worry about towns in any direction being caught up in it. They'd stay away from human civilization anyway, because they want to keep it separate, and they can at this period in time. But yeah, so that's where I ended up. Music-wise, I listened to the X-Men First Class soundtrack, which is stunning. It's by Henry Jackman. I don't know if you've heard it. If you haven't, head to YouTube and check it. Head to YouTube? You're on YouTube. Check it out. But yeah, it's just very pretty. It's not era appropriate, and I usually try to go for something sort of era appropriate when I'm doing this. I did last time. But it's just lovely music to write to. It's very good background music. For now though, I got this cup of tea and this really loud purring cat, and very little left to say, so I'm gonna go and recline for a bit and watch some Extreme Makeover Home Edition, because who doesn't love that show? I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully I will get a lot more done tomorrow. I might have to think tonight about what to do. But until then, I hope you're all doing well, and I'll check in again tomorrow. Bye!